Hey, welcome back, sports fans. It's the Wade Mando Show. Once again, it is Friday, May 21st, and it is a beautiful day in Flagstaff. Just got done raining, actually.
Yeah. Drove back and it sucked.
Yeah, definitely. This is all brought to you by www.jackcentral.com. I'm your co-host, Wade McMillin, along with
Armando Nila. How you guys doing?
Right on. And this is just a sports video blog, simply Northern Arizona University's only sports video blog. And what we kind of do is we want you to write in questions below on the website that you are on right now. Just type them out, click, 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 and just send us whatever debate topic you want to hear or anything. We'll answer any kind of question. So we do have a few today, Mondo.
Awesome.
Here's your questions, of course.
Cool.
And I have mine. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
You can go first.
Okay. The first question comes from Cody Werb in Oklahoma. It's about the NFL. And he wants to know, Mondo, when do NFL running backs start losing their gas? Like, at what age?
Wow. I believe that to be around the age of 28, 29 maybe. Maybe even stretching to 30. Looking at the past histories of running backs, that's kind of where they might hit the tail end of their gas tank.
Yeah, definitely. Some examples right now that I can think of would be just LaDainian Tomlinson, definitely one, as well as, Larry Johnson, I think, is starting to hit the end of his career. And it was, the Chargers had to get rid of Michael Turner, but it should be interesting to see what they do with LT. They gave him that contract extension, but they still have Darren Sproles. And if Sproles pulls out this year,
did
then
play good in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, exactly. And if he starts to excel, they have to start wondering what they want to do with LT, excuse me, and that might be trading him. But one running back though, I was interested in to see what you had to say about was Brian Westbrook. We really haven't seen him lose his gas, and he's kind of a veteran back.
Yeah, I think he'd still do well this season coming up. They put up some pretty good numbers last season, and Philadelphia, with how McNabb runs the offense, will benefit him. Split up his passing and running, as opposed to just he's not their single threat of offense. They can go to other players in the offense. So.
Yeah, and also another thing on this might be like interesting what you do with your veteran and then your rookie. Maybe you keep them both. I mean, it sort of worked with Arizona with Edgerrin James, but he kind of got taken out of that starting role for the rookie. But I mean, if you're a veteran, do you buy into that too much? Like getting benched at this point, especially in the NFL these days, you're not carrying the ball 35 times a game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it worked in Arizona's benefit because they went all the way to the Super Bowl. So Edgerrin James had the playoffs to play, and if you're a mediocre team and you're a veteran, and you're only there for 16 games, you don't play the first 8, then you get into the last 8, and you do well, but your team still has to go to the playoffs. You feel kind of cheated that you only played half a season.
Yeah, especially if you're a veteran, because those guys are always jealous once those rookies start coming in. But let's go ahead and field your first question.
All right. This is from Eric in Tempe. Thank you, Eric. Will Matt Castle be able to repeat his performance?
Well, Mondo, new team, of course. New coach. That should be interesting, I think. New system, new players, no receivers. So I'm skeptical on Matt Castle in Kansas City because he's losing Josh McDaniels. He's losing Bill Belichick, and it might not be a bad thing. And I'm not sold on Todd Haley as a head coach either because this is going to be his first shot. And we're shooting this in Arizona, but I kind of think that Arizona's Super Bowl run was a fluke. Like they have really good receivers, but can Kurt Warner repeat that performance? We've seen him fall off the wagon, and Matt Castle with Josh McDaniels' offense, that he excelled there. But now it's a new offense. It's a good offense with Haley, but they lost Tony Gonzalez. They have Dwayne Bowe at their number 1 receiver, and their number 2 is Mark Bradley. Yeah, that's it. That's all he has. Plus, with the Larry Johnson controversy, you're going to see a training camp. Yeah. This is Matt Castle's in for a sure test. Right. I'm going to go ahead and give you your next question.
All right.
Comes from Jake in Flagstaff. Jake, our cameraman.
Thanks, Jake.
He's giving us a little NCAA love. with
Alright.
Blake Griffin. Is he going to be real in the NBA? Of course, we heard that the Clippers are already committed to signing him or drafting him, and then of course giving him a hefty contract to guarantee that.
Right.
And
yeah.
so the question is, Mando, is he going to make it in the NBA, and how might he fit with the Clippers?
I think he'll fit well. He's playing with Baron Davis, who's a running gun type point guard. You saw that up in Golden State, which is kind of the same type of style that the other LA team plays. Running guns. So I think Blake Griffin, being young and athletic and looks like he can handle the ball, I think he'll do well in that offense. Might take him a year, but I think he'll excel.
Yeah, he's a big banger in the paint, and if you put him up with Marcus Camby on the other side,
right.
that's nuts. It's going to be good. They're going to be a great defensive team, and that guy can flat out score down in the paint, and that's been something I think they've been missing since Elton Brand.
Right.
And now they're going to get a player that's going to be just as good as Elton Brand, if not better, because I don't know, he's starting to kind of bust.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
Injuries. So I think you had one more, isn't that right?
Yes, this is a NBA question. This one comes from Jake in Flagstaff.
Oh, Jake, sending two in.
That's my question. Who will win the East, Orlando or Cleveland?
Huh.
Wow. It's after game one?
Right.
What do you think?
After game one, well, of course, this show, Friday, May 21st. So, after that game one victory, Orlando pulled it out of their behind, pulled it out of their oops. We're going to bleep that out. Plus, you just heard the bleep since they're seeing this. Anyways, it's all new to us, folks. Don't take too much into it.
First time here.
Right. First time cussing on this show. Anyways, yeah, so Orlando, I feel they got lucky in that game. LeBron James is too much for this team. I was arguing with Jake, the cameraman, about this, and, he saw it probably going into 7 games no matter what. He couldn't give me a real winner. And I see LeBron just finishing it in 6. I mean, that's my pick. Cleveland in 6.
Yeah. Concur.
Concur?
Concur.
I mean, what do you think about Orlando? You think they can get
Orlando, if their three-point shooting is on, then they're on. If it's not, they're a tall team, not necessarily big. So going against Ben Wallace and Barrage out for the next 6 games, potential 6 games, is going to put some bruising on them.
Yeah, like Orlando, everybody's talking about their guards and how well they're playing. They're saying, hey, dude, Turkoglu's playing like a point guard. Yeah, the guy can pass it. He can shoot it too, sure. But he's not a point guard. He's too big. And I don't know. I don't think they have the depth. And LeBron James is just, like I said, too much.
Yes.
If it was another big man in Cleveland and it was like a Dwight Howard matchup like that, I would give it to Orlando.
Right.
But, like Rashard Lewis can hit the big shot, obviously, but he's no LeBron James. And that's going to be it that's my argument for any kind of argument when it comes to Cleveland. But my end of the argument when it comes to the finals is Kobe. That's all I got to say about that. So we're gonna leave you. Yeah, we're gonna leave you with the Kobe remark, and actually take you to a little public service announcement from JackCentral.com about what we have going on. We have about 4 exciting new blogs plus the Wade and Mando show. So here's a little shout out to those blogs as well as some other summer content we'll be having. We'll see you right back with a special guest. Stay tuned.